as you and everyone are very much aware, there are so many different business coaches and organisations promoting the same thing, which is business growth. However, here I am with you, Anup, who claims to be the fast growth guy. What differentiates you from everyone else?
What I find is that a lot of business coaches, they talk about increasing sales, selling more, selling faster, as a way of growing the business. But I find that it is not really about just growing sales. It is about being more marketable. It is about understanding the market and where you stand within it. And once you get how you are differentiated within the market and you've made your product more attractive to the end user, sales becomes very, very easy.
The fast growth guy is quite a title. In what way can you credit yourself that name?
I've been fortunate that I have worked with a number of businesses, both small and large, on the challenge of growth. And this has been happening for the last 10 years. And some of these businesses have grown incredibly fast. I've been able to double or even treble businesses in 1 year of working with them. And when I achieved this for the businesses, a lot of them came to me and said, "You're the fast growth guy," and that's how I got named.
And it's so common to see businesses with sporadic, small amount of growth that appears to be positive, but from the bigger picture, it's really just getting them above the line. What is your definition of growth that you're working businesses towards?
What I find is that there are a lot of businesses think small. They think about getting just maybe 5% growth in a year or 10% growth in a year, whereas the reality is that small wins never amount to anything. If you get a few small wins, if you have 1 month that doesn't go bad, that doesn't go as well as you had anticipated, you go back to square one. So really, if you want to grow, you've got to do what is called fresh and breakthrough thinking. And breakthrough thinking is all about thinking outside the box, thinking about what other people are not thinking, and being creative in how you stand out.
Can you talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, sure. So this is what I find, like, differentiation is at the heart of growth. And if you go and Google any product or service, if you're looking for a product or service, you find that most of the ads and most of the listings are saying the same thing. So take the mortgage industry, for example. Most mortgage brokers and banks are all talking about low interest rate, lower interest rates, and it is very confusing for the customer to decide between one and the other. So, and it is just by a stroke of luck that you end up getting a customer. And when the customer comes to you, they are basically haggling with you on a better price or a better interest rate. But really, if you shift the model from price to value, and if you start offering something that the customer really cares for, like getting a loan quickly or getting a loan conveniently by applying online, then your business can start growing much faster. Marketable. To become more marketable, you need to find out what your customer really values and what they are not getting, and then provide it to them as a differentiator. And when you do that, all of a sudden you find that there's a queue of customers wanting to use your product or service and even pay a premium for it.
And from your experience and research with other businesses, is a lack of differentiation from competitors a key reason that impacts growth?
That's so true. Like, I have seen businesses slow down or even shut down because they refuse to differentiate. And take, for example, Borders. Now, Borders was such a successful such a successful chain of bookstores, and they had the opportunity to differentiate in many different ways. But once they found that they were good at providing a retail experience, They just stuck to it. And in 2009, Borders was struggling because Amazon had become symbolic of the online revolution, and many more books were being sold online than were being sold in the stores. This is a perfect example of a business which had the opportunity. The market was asking Borders to make a change. So the market is always providing signals to you. These signals come through maybe sales slowing down, or your prices, pressure on prices, or your competitor growing faster than you. All of these signals are available, and as a business owner, one can see those signals and say, hey, let me take a step back. Maybe I need to use a different product or a different service or a different technology to make a breakthrough in the marketplace as a differentiated player.